Hello everybody, it is I, your favorite VTuber Android Arrowhead, and I'm back with more Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies, Case 2, whatever you want to call it. Either way, I'm back. Anyway, so brief recap. Basically, well one, we already knew the guy, we already know who killed the guy because the opening little cutscene showed us. Either way, let's walk through this for a moment. Basically, he has his own brand of hair cream and hair gel that only he can use, and he also made an ad for, even though only he can use it. And then also, we found this weird little goblin child in the Forbidden Chamber. And that's most of it, really. Oh yeah, and this statue was supposed to have a cup thing, like a sake cup that broke off when they hit him over the head with it. Really, basically a lot of stuff happened. Either way, regardless, we are in the Forbidden Chamber. I am in the Forbidden Chamber. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. Any good ideas yet, Athena?
Good ideas? You bet I do. Well, there's, that thing.
Oh yeah, people think Jinxie might have been the one to be, I was gonna say Yoko Taro, Tenma Taro, and they think she was sleepwalking and doing that, which is why our client is currently pretending to be Tenma Taro, because he's trying to protect his daughter. Anyway. Thing? What thing?
You saw right through me, didn't you?
Yeah, she's got no idea. This girl doesn't have shit. Unfortunately, or rather fortunately, I do. So, there's that. Huh? You mean you really have nothing for me?
No, sorry, I just got a little carried away.
Ah, boy. Bluffing is obviously not her strength. Okay, well anyway, the real culprit is obviously LaFleur. Or Florent, or whatever his name is. Actually, wait. There. This guy. Florent LaBelle, the Flower Man. Flower Man, Flower Man. Also, wait, Phoenix is 34. I kind of forgot about that, huh? Supposed to be in retirement. He's not, which is why the game is called Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Seems we finally have the real killer in our sights. The only person to threaten Mayor Tenma pushed for the municipal merger, and to be identified at the manor disguised as Tenma Taro, is none other than Mayor Tenma's aide, Florent LaBelle. Flower. We're in for a fight tomorrow. Let's banish Tenma Taro, both literally and figuratively. Yeah! We'll be fine between the two of us. We'll send that yokai packing, along with that twisted samurai of a prosecutor. Let's do this. Oh. Alright, you wanna go get lunch? Like, well, we are... Juicy, I thank you for that, but we already have ideas. We don't need to go here. Alright, so where are we going? The evil and intimidating Athena blocking me from progress. Oh, here we go. April 18th, QB Manor. Foyer. It's the curse! The curse! The curse of Tenma Taro! And he's stealing my stuff again. Eek! He stole her necklace. He's wearing it. Look at him. You outsiders are ignoring them superstitions at our peril! Mind your own business, will ya? He's not gonna steal my thing. Ah! He's wearing my bracelet too. What's all this about a curse? Tenma Taro's gonna curse us all unless you stop sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. Stop the investigation. Listen to what them superstitions say. Right. How about obeying the law before you obey before you go obeying the superstitions? Eh? Hey, what are you doing with Widget around your neck? He's mine! You know better than to go around stealing people's stuff like that? Clearly he doesn't. That's his main thing. He's like a raccoon. The same goes for my bracelet. Sorry, I promise I won't do it again. You gotta admire the gall to try and steal something literally right in front of the person you're stealing it from. You almost kidnapped my sweet little Widget. The big jerk. Sorry, and the fucking wink while he does the rubbing his hands together thing, man, that's... this fucking guy. I guess you can't teach an old raccoon dog new tricks. You need to say Tanuki, people know what that is. I think. As long as we have him here, I guess we should ask him about what happened. Yeah, so what now?
I can't believe you did that. It's one thing to steal a pair of shoes, but to steal widget?
Grr.
Yipes! Mercy, mercy! I can't seem to control myself. It's that thieving blood running in my veins.
Thieving blood? What's that supposed to mean?
Glad you asked. The infamous bandit Azuki Kozo was my grandpappy. Take a gander at this.
Oh, that's that figure thing we have. That's like a dog food bowl? I'm not... What exactly am I looking at? Looks like another one of those yokai to me.
It's none other than the Azuki Kozo. Robbed from the rich to give to the poor, he did.
Yeah, but we're not exactly rich, are we?
And he'd leave one of these figures at the scene of the crime. What's more, I'm his grandson, because he was my grandpappy.
Wow, you don't say.
Thieves' honor, it's the honest truth.
Oh boy.
The sloshing sound of Azuki beans scraping together in the dead of night. It's the magical sound of dirty money getting washed clean for giving out to the poor. I'm Azuki Kozo. Wash your money, give out of wealth, reborn.
You're not giving out wealth at all.
Forget the money, you should be washing yourself of this nasty habit.
Maybe he does have a genetic predisposition to theft.
Wait a second, this figure looks familiar.
Yes, it looks just like that old dusty figure we found in the Forbidden Chamber. Forbidden Chamber figure updated in the court record.
Hey, what are you doing with that there figure?
Oh, we found it in the Forbidden Chamber. Looks like it had been there practically forever.
That means my grandfather broke into the Forbidden Chamber way back? Hey, that reminds me. You once told me that there's treasure in that there chamber.
Treasure? What kind?
Friendship.
God damn it. What do you know about the treasure in the Forbidden Chamber?
Only that it's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe.
I doubt that, but sure.
Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there.
There's something amazing in there? Didn't see anything like that, though. Your grandfather didn't, by chance, already steal it, did he?
See, now there was one of his figures in there that just might be.
Oh. And that would explain it.
That's Grandpappy for you. And he washed that treasure up real good before handing it out to the poor.
Oh, of course, because he was so righteous. In court, you mentioned seeing Tenma Taro near the scene of the crime.
Sorry I didn't come clean right away, but them superstitions got the better of me.
The people of Nine Tails Vale sure seem like a superstitious bunch. I'm not surprised you wouldn't want to talk about seeing Tenma Taro.
Damn right! Them superstitions scare me out of my wits, I tell ya! That's why I'm gonna do exactly what they say from now on.
So you plan on staying here in Nine Tails Vale?
Yep. I'm gonna keep living right here and keep with the old ways, just like Grandpappy did. Them superstitions are like a rule book to me.
Wait, so you're saying you actually believe in those old wives' tales?
Ain't you been listening to a word I said?
Actually, clearly not, Apollo. He has been saying that the whole time. You're going to do exactly what them superstitions say? Well, I say that's baloney. So didn't we have a thing about the list of superstitions? Oh yeah, here we are. Do not gaze upon Tenma Taro, do not tell others if you see him. Ignoring superstitions costs you your soul. There is, however, one adequate way to save it. Your immediate departure from the village. There, okay. It's clearly written right here. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it. Your immediate departure from the village. So according to this, you shouldn't even be here, let alone talking with us. You said you plan on staying right here in Nine Tails Vale. But if you really believed in the superstitions, you would have been long gone by now.
Wah!
I know you've been lying to me. Time to come clean, Mr. Filch.
Yipes!
The same thing, but truthful this time. You were lying about believing in the superstitions, weren't you?
Sorry, but I didn't have no choice.
So, what was the real reason why you couldn't talk about seeing Tenmataro?
It's all that pretty boy's fault. Mr. LaBelle, if you know what I mean.
Ah, you're trying to bang him. Happens to the best of us.
He told me not to say a word about seeing Tenmataro. That if I did, he'd do what them superstitions said would happen.
So it was Mr. LaBelle who muzzled you. Why would Mr. LaBelle want to scare you into silence?
Mr. LaBelle was trying to protect that little maid gal. It was on account of that rumor. The one about her being possessed.
That rumor again. I guess we really do have to talk to Mayor Tenma about the possession rumor. So, stop stealing my shit, hey.
Let's watch it.
Those superstitions stolen by Phineas Filch, of course.
I'll be taking this back now. Kinda like family to me.
Could have just asked instead of stealing it. Was that all we wanted to ask, Mr. Filch? Yeah, I think that was it. Let's go see Mr. Tenmataro one more time. Just thinking about dealing with that yokai again makes me want to say pass. I'd say smash. What? There. April 18th, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. Lord Tenma, your attorneys are here to see you, your malevolence. Is he gonna do the bit, or is he gonna snap out of it? Why are you speaking like that? Oh, Mayor Tenma, you've returned. Yes, well, Jinxie came by earlier to apply a new charm to my head. It seems to be suppressing the demon within me. That's a relief. Maybe we'll actually get somewhere this time. So, what could I do for you today? We'd like to ask about the rumor that Jinxie is possessed. She allegedly left the yokai evidence at the scene while under a demon's power. At least that's what the prosecution is going to claim at tomorrow's trial. Huh? Here it is.
No matches this warding charm for me.
The charm! Tenmataro's back! It's still not Tenmataro. That's the whole point.
Those foolish mortals. They shall regret blaming that child for my doings.
I blew it. That question brought that yokai back. And he probably won't drop the act until Jinxie's name is cleared either. Okay, we'd like to ask you about something your aide, Florent LaBelle, mentioned. Flower Man? Yes, Flower Man. Did you know that Jinxie is rumored to be possessed? I know not of what you speak. You're not trying to protect Jinxie. You're not trying to protect Jinxie, are you?
I, Tenmataro, Demon Lord of the Yokai, protect a mere mortal. No affections do I possess for your race of humans.
Please, we already proved there was a third party disguised as a yokai at the scene. But if you deny that tomorrow, we'll never be able to clear Mayor Tenma's name.
But I have already told you, I know not of what you speak.
I don't think we'll get anything more out of him. It's all over and it's all over unless we can somehow prove that Jinxie didn't plant that yokai evidence. Hey, Apollo, I think I've got this one. I think I can prove that she didn't do it. Really? Sure. I should be able to use psychology to explain that whole possession thingy. Knock yourself out then. Wow, Athena's really something. I can really count on her when it counts. Wow. That's, yeah, a lot of counting. The real story.
Mayor Tenma, Jinxie isn't possessed. I believe her so-called possession episodes are a form of somnambulism.
Somnambulism? You mean like sleepwalking? You mean sleepwalking?
Yes. I believe she's exhibiting a rare form of the disorder. It's usually brought on by repressed stress. Mr. Mayor, did her symptoms start soon after she began her job at Ninetails Vale?
When the child visited last.
She did speak of dreading yokai and how they rob of her of sleep each night. I knew it. That lack of sleep is causing her to enter an unconscious state. And that means she can't be trying to protect you. At least not on a conscious level. So then the Tenma Taro that was spotted at the manor wasn't Jinxie?
Sleepwalking, huh? That would indeed explain the matter. That would indeed explain the matter.
Look! Tenma Taro's spirit! And 3, 2, 1. It's left the mayor's body. Why did you point it out, Apollo? Why the fuck?
Apollo! Work with me here.
Oh, actually it worked. Never mind. I apologize, Apollo.
I apologize, huh?
Can you tell us the truth now, Mayor Tenma?
Very well. It's the least I could do for a superb exorcist such as you.
So this is the fourth time the thing has switched around. Alright. Mayor Tenma, you didn't leave those feathers and tracks at the scene, did you?
I did not. Neither I nor Jinxie have anything to do with that. That was the killer's doing, no doubt.
I knew it!
You suspect Florent is behind all this? But why? Did he really want Ninetails Vale that badly?
Can you think of any reasons why?
Looking back, he did seem fixated on Tenma Taro for a spell. Could it be? Perhaps he was attempting to release Tenma Taro.
Pretty much, yeah. That's crazy. Are you saying that yokai is real?
Whatever the case, Tenma Taro brings nothing but pain and misfortune. It is the superstitions warn. You must not gaze upon him, nor free him from his prison.
But how can people actually believe that? Well, at least we know who's behind this whole Tenma Taro thing now. Yeah, and I think we need to have another nice long chat with Mr. LaBelle.
Your dinner is ready, your malevolence.
An offering to the Demon King. You may place it right there. The kitchen crew poured out their heart and soul into making it. Did they now? Souls happen to be a favorite of mine. Just hold the hearts next time. Ka 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 ka. Yes, your malevolence. I'll remember that. How long is he planning to keep up this yokai charade? Well, we've already talked to Mr. Filch and Mayor Tenma, so why don't we go see Florent LaBelle next, now that we know the truth. He won't be able to claim that the Tenma Taro was Jinxie or the mayor anymore. But the real question is, how are we going to get him to admit it was him? April 18th, QB Manor Foyer.
Okay, now let's practice that again, Filchy, from the top.
Mr. LaBelle was in the foyer at the time of the crime. And when we, heard a scream, heck, what was the next part again?
You have the memory capacity of a flea. This is the 30th time, you know. Now 100 more times, and we're done.
What on earth are they practicing? I think it's pretty obvious, Apollo. They're rehearsing for the trial. Oh, I ain't cut out for this. Whoopsie daisy.
How?
Oh, begging your pardon, Mr. LaBelle, sir. It's just, yips.
Unbelievable. What if you had sullied my outfit with those grubby paws of yours?
Did Filch LaBelle's wallet just now?
That would be kind of illegally obtained evidence if we got it, so let's go against it. I guess technically none of our evidence is legally obtained when you really get down to it, but still. We just kind of pick things up along the way. So, what do you think they're up to this time, Apollo? Oh, it's you two. Eavesdropping, are we? You peasants are so tacky. Well, what do you want with me? Your confession to being the Ten Mataro imposter would be nice right about now. Mr. Filch filled me in on the conversation you two had. And about how you told him not to say a word about seeing Ten Mataro. Filchy, you fool! I told you nothing good would come of you running your mouth. So why did you want to keep Mr. Filch quiet like that, Mr. LaBelle? Why, to protect darling little Jinxie, of course. But Jinxie was never really possessed. She was sleepwalking. Being asleep at the time, she couldn't have been consciously trying to protect the mayor. That also means she couldn't have possibly been Ten Mataro. Interesting. But where are you going with this? Since you asked so politely, I believe you have a different reason for trying to keep Mr. Filch quiet. That would be to deflect doubt away from the one who is really Ten Mataro. Now this is getting interesting. Are you insinuating that I'm Ten Mataro? So sorry to disappoint, but I'm nothing of the sort. That's right. Mr. LaBelle even told me Ten Mataro was a Jinx, so you... I said Ten Mataro was Jinxie, you fool. Honestly, you have the memory capacity of a flea. Practice it 100 more times. Yipes. So, have you been called to testify tomorrow? Yes, and I'm so looking forward to my courtroom debut. But you'll just have to wait until then. I want to put this guy in prison just in general. Even if he's not the killer, which we know he is. Just in general. I don't like his attitude. Oh, I'll be waiting. With a special piece of evidence I've been saving just for you. And Apollo pulls out a gun. Filchy, wake up, you lazy bones. What was I sleeping? Oh. Accidentally yawned for real while doing the fake yawn. Alright. Must have been that sweet cologne of yours, Mr. LaBelle. Made me right sleepy, it did. Well, it's time for your lesson on what to do and say tomorrow. Oh, I'm begging you, not another lesson. I ain't cut out for this thinking and remembering stuff. Oh, Jesus. Right up the Stazola. Keep quiet and do exactly as I say. No, please. Anything but another lesson. Here they go. Missed our chance to get the truth out of him. Yeah, but we'll get proof. We'll get the proof we need in court tomorrow, one way or another. All that's left now is that lie Jinxie told. We better go clear that up before tomorrow. You think they're done questioning Jinxie? Maybe. Let's see if she's over on Yokai Lane shopping for more charms. She used to be like the #1 purchaser of charms in general. April 18th, Nine Tails Vale. Yokai Lane. Oh, the things are off of her forehead. The cursed nine-tailed fox, the time for settling the score is nigh. My grudges but festered over time, and thus vengeance will be mine. Grr. She must be possessed, sleepwalking again. Maybe if I speak softly, I won't startle her and get a charm plastered on my forehead. Sss, Jinxie. Huh? Oh, hello, Mr. Demon Lawyer. Ah, my charms must have fallen off again. Phew, Guess I can avoid another charm slap by toning down my cords of steel.
Are they done questioning you, Jinxie? Uh-huh. And on the way back, I stopped here to buy a new charm that was just released.
Is it the Charm Series X? Oh my god. Or is it like a Charm 5? Anyway, yeah, which one?
Oh, the one with the nine-tailed fox and 10 Mataro. It shows them dancing together.
Really? Really? Two bitter rivals dancing together?
Uh-huh. It's a charm for rebuilding burnt bridges.
Oh, right, for the municipal merger issue.
No, it's for the demon lawyer and the insomniac prosecutor. It'll stop you two from fighting like you did in court this morning.
We weren't fighting, it was just a spirited debate. That's what lawyers...
No fighting!
Charm slapped again.
Apollo, if you're done playing around, let's find out what she was lying about.
Right, that's what we were doing. Jinxie, it seems like you're starting to remember things. You already said that the feathers and tracks weren't there when you discovered the crime. Have you remembered anything else that seems important?
Eek! Like what?
Tell us what you saw that day. Maybe you'll remember something else this time.
Eek! When I opened the door, Papa and Alderman Cubie were collapsed in the fox chamber. That's when Papa told me to call an ambulance and the police. That's all he said before he passed out in the chair.
I knew it. She's holding something back.
There's no escaping it.
I can't perceive you. Here's what we're gonna do. Maybe in her hand then? I think it's her hand, actually, yeah. I need to wait till it goes back to the first part, and then I can definitely get it, because that's all he said. It's not all he said, clearly.
Gotcha.
You were very nervous when you said that's all he said, weren't you? I know, because I saw your fingers move as if you were going to slap someone with a charm.
Huh?
Listen to me, Jinxie. This is very important. Did Mayor Tenma say anything else to you?
It was nothing. He was just talking in his sleep.
Talking in his sleep? So you admit that he did say something else?
Eek!
Oh, I cracked her plate.
How could you tell? Only a demon could have such powers.
Or a guy with a bracelet that tightens up when people lie. Because his body also tightens up when they lie, because he is empathetic or something. I forgot the explanation, but it was something like that, yeah. Anyway, what you remember?
Like I said, he was just talking in his sleep. I mean, why else would Papa say something like that?
Could you be a little more specific?
Before he fainted, he said...
Oh good, so he's not bald under the bandages. Forgive me, Jinxie. I killed Alderman Cubie. He said what?
The mayor actually confessed to the crime?
Huh.
But he didn't mean it. He couldn't possibly have known what he was saying. He was probably possessed, or maybe he was in the middle of a nightmare.
A nightmare? No, this is a nightmare. This is one statement I wish I'd never heard. What in the world are we going to do now? I think legally you have a right to be his attorney or whatever. Turn to the basics. That's right. Always believe in your client, no matter what happens. That is a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. Right. Just believe in my client, even if all I can see ahead is darkness and despair. Always believe in my client. Jinxie, does Prosecutor Blackwell know about your father's confession?
I didn't mention it when he was questioning me. I mean, there's no way Papa's the killer.
I agree. I've seen the video.
Why would the mayor confess like that?
Could he really have been dreaming, or simply delirious?
Who knows? But I sure feel like I'm in a living nightmare right now. Apollo, what are we going to do about tomorrow's trial? The crime scene was locked tight until Jinxie arrived, and our client's even confused. Not only that, Jinxie's been accused of planting the yokai evidence. Both the mayor and Jinxie are going to prison if we don't do something. I know.
Well, let's see here.
Our lack of a third party in the locked room is a major problem.
Jinxie has testified that when she first opened the door, Alderman Kyubi and Mayor Tenma were the only people she saw in the Fox Chamber.
But the real killer must have been hiding in there as well.
Considering the room was locked tight, that's the only logical explanation.
Our mystery person must have been fled the Fox Chamber when it opened.
When it was opened. Man, I'm missing words left and right now.
And that's when Jinxie saw what she thought was Tenma Taro. But Papa and the Alderman were the only people there. I didn't see anyone else.
What's going on here? The Bell's extremely pale, but he's far from transparent. So how did he hide himself at the scene of the crime?
Whatever it takes in court tomorrow, Apollo. We have to take down that dirty, rotten Tenma Taro, Florent LaBelle.
Right. We'll get him with a legal exorcism. Justice style. Yeah, I'll save. I know the pain of not saving, so I will go ahead and, this should be the one. Wait, no. This one. Okay. Next chapter, let's go. This should be the end of the case. April 19th, 9:30 a.m. District Court, Courtroom Number 4. Day 2. Court is now in session. All rise. Court is back in session for the trial of Damien Tenma. Apollo Justice, defense team leader, is ready, Your Honor.
Athena Sykes, assistant defender, is ready, too, Your Honor. Je suis prête. Je suis monté.
As chipper as ever, I see. And in French, no less. You'll be fined for that. And the prosecution? Still a criminal, I see. Very well then, by the way, I asked Detective Fulbright to provide sturdier shackles today. There will be no more of your funny business this time, Prosecutor Blackwell. Now, your opening statement, if you would. I believe it's standard procedure for the prosecution to handle it.
Looks like the judge is really bringing it today.
He probably realized how Blackwell played him. That was one mean game, as Simon says.
Yeah, His Honor has a fight to defend his honor today.
God. I am not on the top of my game right now. I don't know why, but I'm not. Your boldness. It's plain to see that you've always dreamed of delivering an epic opening statement. I have? I don't know if I'd say that. Why, of course you have. I saw it in your eyes the last time you gave the opening statement. That was the look of one who yearns deeply for the thrill of an epic opening statement. For decades now, you have been watching opening statements from your bench. They were the crown jewels of the court. The one thing you could not possess. The crown jewels of the court? Now, at long last, they are within your grasp. How could you possibly refuse? Oh, so... You don't mind if I do it then? I'll make a special exception, just this once.
Here we go again.
Here we go, here we go, here we go again. Yeah, here we go. Yep, more Blackwell's mind games.
Well, in that case, I think I might go ahead and make the opening statement myself. In yesterday's session, we learned the shocking truth that the victim Alderman Rex QB was the Amazing Ninetails. We also learned that the Amazing Ninetails was a key figure in the yokai craze and anti-merger protests. It was further revealed that upon learning Rex QB's secret identity, Mayor Damien Tenma murdered him.
Potentially, we don't know that yet. Allegedly.
You cannot say that as a fact. The fact that the crime took place in a tightly locked room was also brought to light. And the only people in that tightly locked room were the defendant and the victim. The defense proposed the existence of a hypothetical third party, but further investigation revealed no proof of a third party who had escaped the room. We must conclude that the evidence against the defendant is, well, conclusive. Did I say something wrong?
That was quite astonishing. You've truly outdone yourself this time.
One more thing to boast about to my grandchild.
Well, this was not an unexpected turn of events.
Now then, it seems the prosecution has called a new witness to testify.
The inexplicable yokai evidence left at the scene of the crime. Well, does that not demand some sort of explanation?
The feathers and tracks? Weren't those left by the mayor while he was possessed?
That was but an act to protect his daughter.
Oh! Yes, of course. I suspected as much.
Wait, did he actually believe the mayor's award-winning performance? His daughter was the one who planted the yokai evidence. Ergo, the true identity of the yokai in the manor was the manor's maid, Jinxie Tenma. Objection! The prosecution is engaging in mere conjecture. Would you care for some witness testimony then? Go for it. Or I am ready to prove that little scamp is the one behind the Tenma Taro farce. Witness testimony? I'll bet he means Filch and that creep LaBelle.
Very well then. Bailiff, would you bring in the first witness?
Honestly, this guy ought to be in jail. He is a thief.
Mr. Filch, you made quite the hasty exit yesterday. See that it doesn't happen again today. I've been known for my hasty retreat since I was a kid. Bit of a trademark of mine.
Indeed. You managed to give a total of 5 bailiffs the slip.
Like those amateurs could ever nab me. Yipes!
Perhaps we should shackle you by the neck. That would keep you in place.
Yipes! No, please, I'm liable to rip my own head off if I start running.
Your statement. Now.
Yes, sir, Mr. Blackhead, sir.
He may beat a hasty retreat, but there's no escaping Prosecutor Blackwell, even though Blackwell is also chained up. Yeah, Blackwell doesn't strike me as the give-up easy type. Now then, Mr. Filch, your testimony, please. Specifically, the true nature of the yokai you saw in the manor shortly after the crime. The yokai is Jinxie.
Tenmataro's really that little maid gal. Ain't no doubt about it. I mean, the Tenmataro I saw is just a little thing about her size. But the little one of the big old staff. I seen it when she came into the foyer. Foyer, as they say in French. Betcha she stole it from the forbidden chamber after stumbling on the crime scene. She was gonna use it to wallop me on account of my fierce reputation. I just know it.
So Tenmataro was short in stature, and that's because it was Miss Jinxie Tenma all along.
You betcha. All the rest in the manor were way taller than her.
Feigning height is but an easy thing. But a big ox like the defendant could never pass for short. What if the Tenmataro impersonator was walking on their knees?
We're no knee walking. I seen it myself.
I can never quite walk on my knees properly. Usually the balance is the problem. Feet are very underrated for balance. They're practically essential. And perhaps that yokai really was Miss Tenma after all. All monsters are naught but tricks, either of the mind or of the cheap parlor variety. So you're saying she created an illusion like one of those magical eye things? Precisely. Human senses are easily deceived. Take the fellow in the cell next to me. Each night, he cries and screams about some ghost he thinks he sees. But in truth, it was simply the janitor. I thought he was going to say, like, truth is, I simply spiked his food with hallucinogens. But only at night. Oh! Prosecutor Blackwell just gave up the ghost! Literally! The janitor's deathly complexion and all-white attire are, no doubt, partially to blame. That and the fact that he constantly mutters about taking vengeance for this or that. That actually sounds like a real ghost to me. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. What do I have that goes against this? Really maid girl, about it. A little thing about her size, hold on. Do I have anything that proves against that? We would need like a picture or something that shows that it's not actually that small, but...
Hold it!
Objection!
Okay, so apparently the audio cut out there for a sec. Damn it. I don't know why, but it did. So anyway, yeah, that's... Okay. Yep, okay. Anyway... Care to elaborate, Mr. Justice? The mayor swallowed this key shortly after the murder. He wanted to keep the killer out of the forbidden chamber. What's this? This key was deep in the mayor's stomach when Miss Tenma discovered the crime scene. So you see, it would have been impossible for her to get into the forbidden chamber. In short, the Tenma Taro seen holding that staff could not have been Jinxie Tenma. Yuck. We gave Blackpool a heart attack. But then, who does the defense believe was impersonating Tenma Taro? Well, that seems like a job for a detective, and not one for a lawyer, which I am. Our Tenma Taro impersonator is none other than the Mayor Tenma's aide. Such accusations beg evidence. Aside from his ghastly appearance, can you prove he's the yokai we seek? Yes, in fact, I can. Very well, let's see where the defense is going with this. Mr. Justice, please show us proof as to the true identity of the Tenma Taro impersonator. Also, stop the stick drift. Dropped in the Forbidden Chamber. This, right?
Take that!
We found this hand cream in the Forbidden Chamber. And we know that whoever was Tenma Taro took one of the staves out of there. In short, I believe whoever this hand cream belongs to is the yokai impersonator we're looking for. But, Mr. Justice, how do you propose to identify the hand cream's owner? I'm glad you asked, Your Honor. The defense requests a fingerprint analysis on this piece of evidence. Well, that is your fingerprint since you didn't wear gloves when carrying it. It might tell us who it belongs to. Interesting. So you expect to find the yokai's prints there. Very well, I hereby call a short recess while we wait for the fingerprint results. No need for that, Your Boldness. We have the prints of everyone at the manor that day. You called Prosecutor Blackquill? Could anyone be more whipped? Fulbright, analyze this for prints. You have 3 minutes. Your wish is my command! Very well then, I guess we'll just wait right here. It would seem the fingerprint analysis is complete. What do the results show? What in the world? They're Florent Labelle's prints, aren't they? This is absurd! Prosecutor Blackquill? I'm not going to like this, am I? Don't tell me! There are Tenma Taro's prints? Fingerprint analysis has revealed that the prints belong to... me. Phineas Filch.
Objection!
Wait, what? What? Then Mr. LaBelle wasn't the one who entered the Forbidden Chamber?
Objection!
Why, you tricksy little Tanuki. Explain yourself, now!
Sure, the wits are mine. I mean, I did pilfer that hand cream from Mr. LaBelle after all.
So you're the one who entered the Forbidden Chamber?
So what if I did? Got a problem with it?
Yes!
Yipes!
You fool of a Tanuki! I still love how they have him standing on an orange crate. Order! Order! Mr. Justice, can you explain what this could mean? Excellent question. Well, the fact that Mr. Filch was in the Forbidden Chamber... Wait a second. Does this mean that Tenwataro holding that staff was... Phineas Filch?
Yipes! Another cat out of the bag!
Okay, so that is true. Mr. Filch is Tenwataro? I don't understand. Does this mean Mr. Filch is the real killer?
The witness will explain himself this instant. Begging your pardon, your Honorship, but I was just told what the Alderman told me. He wanted me to be Tenmataro in the village exorcism ritual.
Oh, you mean that event at the Nine Tails Vale Festival? So that was you inside the Tenmataro costume?
Yep, and after the event, I went to watch that pro wrestling program. But it bored me to tears on account of the wrestlers being complete jobbers.
So he didn't actually watch the entire wrestling match?
That's when I looked at the Tenmataro costume and got a great idea. Nobody can tell it's me while I'm wearing it. And because of them superstitions, no matter what I do, the villagers won't say a word.
In other words, you use the superstitions to effectively render yourself invisible. Why did you want to enter the Forbidden Chamber in the first place?
Because of the treasure there. Thought that was my big chance to sneak out of the nabbit.
Treasure? Oh yeah, he mentioned that. That's true. Greatest treasure in the universe, yep. He went in there not knowing his grandfather had already pilfered it? Guess that's one tale that didn't get passed down from grandpappy to grandson. Wait, how exactly did you get into the Forbidden Chamber? There was a meeting in the Fox Chamber that day. Plus, the mayor swallowed the only key that could open the Forbidden Chamber's door. You couldn't have possibly gotten in.
I could go through the air vent in the foyer. The vent's left of the Alderman's picture. I went on in and made a nice little hole. Used that to get into the air duct that leads to get to the Forbidden Chamber, I did.
You what? But how's that even possible? Wait a sec. Remember that air vent in the Forbidden Chamber? So Mr. Filch found a way to get into that air duct. And that's how we got from the foyer vent to the Forbidden Chamber vent?
So Tenmataro was nothing more than a cat burglar. Or rather a Tanuki burglar. And we're back to being without anyone to charge for the Alderman's murder.
Again, that's what the police do. Have them do it. God damn it. Looks like our so-called yokai is nothing more than one big troublemaker. Tell me, Mr. Filch, what did you do after fleeing to the foyer?
I got out of that costume right quick. Would have just caused trouble at that point.
And where is that costume now?
Heck if I know. It ain't my fault if you never find it.
Police searched every nook and cranny. No yokai costume was left in that manner. What if it was tossed outside the manor? Yep, that would explain the flying part. Yep.
Ah.
No way! But maybe, just maybe, The defense seems to have hit upon an idea. Well, go on, Mr. Justice. Okay, here's what I think. Mr. Filch, did you get rid of the costume here? Did you toss it out the window? Because that would certainly explain why it didn't turn up inside the manor.
You think I tossed it out the window? That costume cost me a pretty penny. So why would I go do something like that?
I can think of a few reasons. Any bright ideas, Apollo? Well, assuming the costume really was tossed out from the window, then the next question would be, what happened to it after that? And if I'm right, I might have just the thing to prove what happened to the costume. Phineas Filch, I have just the evidence for you. You do? This evidence proves you got rid of your Tenmataro costume through the window.
That's... Tenmataro flying through the sky?
And just how does that prove Mr. Filch threw his costume out the window? It's quite simple. That's not Tenmataro in the photo. It's the costume Mr. Filch threw out.
Oh, that's crazy talk. You ain't serious, are ya?
There's a steep cliff right outside the foyer window, meaning the manor is pretty high up. The costume flew through the air after it was tossed out. That's when the photo was taken. In other words, the photo of Tenmataro really was a flight of fancy. What?
Yikes!
Shocking no one. Oh my, so there really never was a yokai.
Aw, I can't keep any of them cats bagged. Can I still file a claim for the lost costume?
Why'd you throw it out of the window in the first place? I guess to hide evidence, but like, you know, you could have kept it, I guess. This more than proves the defense's position. Jinxie Tenma had nothing to do with staging the yokai sighting. Care to raise any objections, Prosecutor Blackquill? None whatsoever. I'll deal with that Trixie Tanuki after I've dealt with this case. We did it! Good going. Now all we have to do is make Florent LaBelle take the stand.
Objection.
Feeling the sword a bit early, are we not? Huh? Nothing has been proven beyond a doubt. Take this tricksy little Tanuki, for instance. How do you suppose he was able to exit the Forbidden Chamber? Probably the same way he got in, through the chamber's air vent. And what are the feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime? Ah. They would suggest that the Tanuki exited through the chamber door, not the air vent.
Objection.
But the Forbidden Chamber doesn't open from the inside. So what you're saying makes no sense. Right? Someone on the outside opened the door for you. Isn't that right?
Yep, that's right, Mr. Blackjack. The door suddenly sprung right open.
Sprung right open? Who was on the other side?
Didn't get a good look on account of the sudden glare.
Like how the reflection from my head blinds fellow moviegoers emerging from the dark.
That's when I snatched that staff and made my daring escape. And that little maid gal spotted me as I hightailed it down the hall.
That means the Forbidden Chamber wasn't opened until after the crime was discovered. But wait. We still don't know who opened it. Maybe there really was a third person in the Fox Chamber.
Objection.
Well, you little tanuki. When the Forbidden Chamber opened, did you see the accused passed out there? Accused passed out there? Nope. Only one there was the alderman, and he was dead as a doornail. If the accused wasn't there, what do you suppose he was up to? Oh, I don't like where this is going. Oh, don't tell me! Don't tell me! Plainly, the only one who could have opened the Forbidden Chamber was the accused, Damien Tenma. Thank you, Athena.
Wait a second! There had to be somebody else besides Mayor Tenma there.
Really? And who might that be?
Oh, well, that would be...
Objection.
Oh boy. It seems our feisty little lass has forgotten the most important thing. Evidence.
I didn't forget. I was just testing your attention to details.
Miss Sykes, you can't prove your point without proof of some sort. It's a proven fact.
Sorry. Guess I put my foot in my mouth again.
No, Athena, we're definitely onto something here.
We are?
Think about it. If Filch was stuck inside the Forbidden Chamber, one of the alibis we heard would no longer hold any water. The defense would like to call a new witness to the stand. Someone who knew Mr. Filch was stuck in the Forbidden Chamber. And by virtue of knowing this, has an alibi that no longer adds up. Oh, not that insufferable. Very well. The court will hear what Mr. Justice has to say. Whose alibi no longer adds up? Probably him, right?
Take that!
Why, that's the defendant's aide, Florent LaBelle. Didn't he claim to be in the foyer at the time of the crime? True, but in his alibi, he also claimed that Mr. Filch was in the foyer too. However, as we all know now, Mr. Filch was not there with Mr. LaBelle at the time. In short, Mr. LaBelle's alibi has disappeared. Yacht! Florent LaBelle's alibi was one big lie. Isn't that right, Mr. Filch?
I reckon there ain't no keeping that cat in the bag here neither. It was all Mr. LaBelle's idea. He told me he'd button his lip about me breaking into the Forbidden Chamber. And in return, he said we'd vouch for each other's alibi.
Shame on you, Mr. Filch. Forgery is a serious crime, you know.
So is theft and breaking and entering. Aw, shucks. Mercy, you're on a ship. Mercy!
I also assert that the person who opened the Forbidden Chamber for Mr. Filch was none other than Florent LaBelle. After all, his alibi has just been proven to be a complete fabrication. I see. We will take a 20-minute recess. After which time we will see what Mr. LaBelle has to say for himself. Yes! We're finally going to drag that slippery snake onto the stand. In the meantime, the prosecution will question Mr. LaBelle about these new allegations. April 19th, 10:25 a.m., District Court, Defendant, Lobby number 3.
We did it, Apollo! We finally dragged Mr. LaBelle into court!
Yeah,
Hey, why the long face?
I can't help but feel like I'm missing something important. Plus, Prosecutor Blackwell's bound to mount a counterattack.
You really are a worrywart, aren't you? It'll be fine! That mystery figure who opened the Forbidden Chamber for Mr. Filch had to have been Florent LaBelle.
I know. That's not what's bugging me. I wish I could put my finger on it, though.
At any rate, the big showdown with Mr. LaBelle is up next, so chin up, Apollo.
19th, 11 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 4. Court is back in session. Our next witness is... Yes, I'm acting on behalf of the mayor in this very important matter. It seems the witness is predisposed at the moment. Surely you jest. I will hold you to your promise. Remember that. Oh, my deepest apologies. You know, Simon, you want to stab this guy? Might as well go for it. This is Florent LaBelle, personal aide to Mayor Tenma. Or should I say, the accused. Ouch, like the poor mayor hasn't suffered enough. Well, what business do you have with me? I'm a very busy man, so let's make this as brief as possible. Your boldness? Right. Mr. Filcher's testimony was revealed a hole in your alibi. And for this reason, you are suspected of having some sort of connection with the case at hand. You think I'd be associated with this entirely lurid affair? Never heard the term lurid before. I have to look up what that means. Well, I'm not, so may I go now? I have very important matters to attend to. Objection! I don't think so, Mr. LaBelle. Do you realize what a serious crime you've committed? Witness, you are being accused of perjury. This is your chance to clear the air. Fine. The truth is, I faked my alibi for a very good reason. The mayor was obviously the killer, so I created a fake alibi to confuse the matter. You see, as his personal aide, I felt I had to protect him. Sorry! You think this is funny? Without your alibi, you're a suspect too. What were you really doing at the time of the crime? Peasant, how dare you accuse me, one of the beautiful Stop stalling and tell the court what you were really doing at the time of the crime. Silence. Enough jabbering. Swords have been drawn. The time for talk is past. Swords? What swords? This is a duel to the death. The fate of the accused rests in our hands. Be gone, ye of cowardly heart. The battlefield hath no place for ye. Again? Oh my. Spare me, please. Oh my. I still do a pretty good impression of the George Takei, like, oh my, sort of thing, but yeah. So much for sturdier shackles. Those chains hindered my vow that heads would roll this day. This gives keeping your head on in court a whole new meaning. Will the witness please deliver the accused's death knell? You know of what I speak. Most certainly. His goose is already cooked. Time to stick a fork in him. Whatever he has to say can't be good. As I told Prosecutor Blackwell during the recess, I rushed right over to the Fox Chamber when I heard little Jinxie scream. What? Then, drumroll please, I saw Mayor Tenma opening the Forbidden Chamber doors. But... there you have it. The mystery man who opened the chamber door, as witnessed by one Phineas Filch, it was the accused. There was never any third party. I doubt that. Oh, and that's not all. I heard something quite startling there at the scene of the crime. Startling sounds bad. Well, yeah. Has anyone ever said startled in a positive context, Apollo? The mayor, I guess in the sense of like, oh, that movie was startling when it was supposed to be startling. At that point, like, okay, yeah, that's a proper positive use of that, but anyway. The mayor, who was barely conscious, muttered this. Forgive me, Jinxie, I killed the alderman. That's right, the mayor actually confessed to the murder right then and there. Order! Order in the court! This is quite conclusive testimony if it stands. Just so, and quite astonishing, I might add. I only learned of this fact during the recess. I just love surprises, don't you? That's why I saved the best for last. Consider it a gift from me to you.
No way. I don't believe Mr. LaBelle heard the mayor confess.
Hey, Lawlet, sleeping is for pussies, I agree. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. But is this really true? Did Mayor Tenma really confess? It is indeed. During that last recess, I confirmed it with the mayor's daughter. It would seem Mayor Tenma actually did confess. That testimony is quite favorable to the prosecution's. Alright, so yeah, brief recap. Basically we have this guy in the ropes. He's definitely the killer. We just need to make sure we can prove that he's the killer. And he's trying to pin it on somebody else right now. Or was that a lot? Okay, so yeah, brief recap. At the moment, it was revealed the person who left okay, let me just, it's probably easier if I just show this stuff. Alright, so basically, this hand cream was left in the Forbidden Chamber, which was previously completely locked by this guy, who snuck in there trying to steal something that his thief grandfather already stole. Anyway, turns out he was the guy who was in the costume that was running around the mansion. He's the reason the costume was like seen flying outside. Anyway, ignore him, because we know that this guy is the killer, and he's right there. And we're just trying to now prove that we can like get him down as the killer so that our client doesn't go to jail. That's about it, actually. That's basically the same thing we were doing last time, but now we're going to finish it, potentially. Yeah, this is LaBelle. Yes, I called earlier about the party reservations. That's right, and I'll be calling my little shindig Mayor Tenma's Conviction Gala. I mean, he's so guilty. Look at him. Look at what he's saying. A splendid time is guaranteed for all. All but the mayor in his defense. Oh yeah, oh fuck, he is dressed like the Joker. He's got the green hair, he's got the purple suit, everything, yeah. And then I'm gonna kill Batman. Well, it seems our witness is a very busy man, so let's get right to his testimony. Mr. LaBelle, please tell us what you saw when you came upon the scene of the crime. His breakdown will be glorious. Flower man, flower man. What LaBelle saw. I was in the hallway, hiding in the shadows. That's when I heard the confession. Upon learning of her father's crime, little Jinxie fled without ever noticing me. Immediately after that, the mayor came to, stood up, and opened the Forbidden Chamber. As I ran in terror, the demon emerged from his prison. In shock, I fled down the hallway to my right, to the one with the phone at the end. I must say, this is a shocking revelation. Quite unexpected. To think the defendant actually confessed then and there to his crime. Perhaps the guilt was too much to bear. So he confided in his daughter. I really do like Flowers' theme. It's really good. I think next time I try to play it, I'll try to sing it while it's while I'm doing the fight. Flower man, da 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 from a can, or I don't remember the full words, but it's something like that. 10 feet 20, the flower man. Straightening the petals or something. You do realize you should not have withheld such crucial testimony from the court. Once again, sorry. It's just I feared being accused if I mentioned coming upon the most unpleasant scene. Why did the mayor's confession have to be brought up by this guy?
You better do something before the judge declares the mayor guilty.
As a death row inmate once told me in years gone by, there's a time to fight and a time to yield. A time to live and a time to die. Is he quoting Shawshank Redemption? He's laying it on real thick now. Like Zoink, Scoob. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. What LaBelle saw. In the hallway, yeah, okay. Fled without ever noticing me. Came to set up and open the forbidden chamber. Do I have anything that goes against that? She says it fled toward the foyer. Do we have that picture that she said she saw it with? Hold on. I don't think we do. Never mind. Because I know there was a picture of her looking at it as it crossed the stairs. They passed each other at a bend in the hall as he made for the foyer. He was carrying a staff-like implement that oh, wait! I think this contradicts what Jinxie said happened.
Objection!
There. Florent LaBelle, you're lying about having witnessed those events from the hallway. You're gonna drop a cover whilst grinding for flower win? The balls of the man performing an MV right in front of our face for free. A, it saves me the time from having to make a video. And then it would be really funny if I cut together the MV just from the parts where it's like, I just barely avoid failing. It's like, something, the flower man. Fuck! And then it just continues on like normal. There's just like little bits of like me cursing cut off throughout the song. What on earth do you mean? Yes, care to fill the rest of us in, Mr. Justice? If Mr. LaBelle had really fled into the hall with the phone in it, he would have crossed paths with Miss Tenma. What's this? After she discovered the crime scene, she immediately went to call the police. Then, after making her call, she went back to the main hallway. Whereupon she encountered the demon, yokai, or whatever you want to call it. As for me, I call it Phineas Filch in a Tenma Taro costume. Yeah, out of all the costumes he could have picked. But apparently he did that because he thought no one would notice him. Because people would be like, oh, you know, we can't look at Tenma Taro because of the superstitions, and then they wouldn't look. I know it's turning against the damn near knowledge from aside from don't kill or steal, but I imagine if a real lawyer saw this game, they'd die on the spot from inaccurate representation. There was one lawyer's reaction that I saw to one of the cases from the first game, and I think they just said simply like, everyone in this room should go to prison. Or like, no one in here should be practicing law or something like that, but like, I mean, I get it. It's not close to accurate. The encounter happened right here, where the hallways meet. As for Mr. LaBelle, if he had fled here, feigning an escape from the yokai imposter... why, yes, the two would have crossed paths. Right. Except Miss Tenma told us that there was no one else in the hall. It was Miss Powers of Yokai, refer to them as yokai. Yeah, I mean, in this case, it actually was just some dude in a costume, but they really Scooby-Dooed us in this one. In short, Miss Tenma did not see you in the hall because you were never really there. Ah, my eyes! My beautiful eyes! Huh. Not such a fabulous scent now, is it? But, Mr. Justice, the witness also stated that he heard the mayor confess. If he was lying about hearing the confession from the hall, then where was he when he heard it? Inside the Fox Chamber. Where else? But isn't that within the very crime scene? It is, Your Honor. And that means he's not really a witness. Rather, he's the third party I've been alleging this whole time. What? You think I'm the killer? How dare you?
Silence.
Foolish fop. A true man knows when he's beaten. The shield of lies comes to naught before a foe with the sword of truth bared. Prosecutor Blackwell is pretty cool, I'll give him that. Nobody here should be outside of jail cell for how much they butcher their jobs. I can't exactly complain when everyone else is too stupid to realize that. In a manner of speaking, you could argue that because everyone is so blatantly disregarding the rules that it is kind of fair, in a way. No one is following what the actual law would be. Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you? I thought we were on the same side. You are mistaken. There are no sides here, save for my cold, steely edge of judgment. You're alone upon this battlefield, with naught but your lies and a sickly sweet perfume. Oh, what just happened? Blackwell's really tearing into him. You heard the mayor's confession from the inside, did you not? You deviant dandy. You spoony bard. Hey, Joker cosplay, rip the flower off your chest, replace both eyes with it if you don't shut up. Yeah, man, exactly. Shut the fuck up. And stop talking like that. I realize I gave him that voice, but disregard that. With a sole location from which you could have seen and heard the mayor and the Tanuki, without either of them noticing you were there right there in the Fox Chamber. Oh my, so that's how it's going to be. Fine, I'll come clean then. Seriously? You admit to being there in the Fox Chamber? I do. I did enter the room after the murder. But I was afraid of being falsely accused, so I lied about it. That's still perjury. That's still perjury. I feel terrible about lying like that, but it's a verbal cologne if I use it to protect myself. You'd better explain yourself, Mr. LaBelle. Yes, of course. I was just about to get to that. The witness is skating on thin ice. I'll remind you that perjury is a very serious crime for which we honestly don't actually punish people that much, but still. Now, let's hear your testimony again. This time without your perfume of lies. In the Fox Chamber. I did enter the Fox Chamber after the murder. But I didn't enter until after Jinxie had heard the confession and left. I heard the mayor groan and hid behind the folding screen there. What I saw there up close, it was absolutely horrifying. So you see, I was there, but merely watching from behind the screen. That work? From behind the screen? Why, yes, I believe you wouldn't be spotted if you were there. Just so. You could see everything without being spotted by the victim or that Tanuki Filch. Suffice to say, he was a mere witness to the events, rather than an actual third party. This guy's as slippery as an eel. Hold on, let's see. We don't really have anything there that shows that. Apollo, you think he's telling the truth? Well, he was in the Fox Chamber, so at least that much must be true. The defense may cross-examine our slightly voyeuristic witness. That's a way of putting it. Let's see, let's get to where he gets behind the folding screen. Okay. Wait a second. Why did you hide yourself? Oh my, so you do understand. I do? By hiding, I was concealing my fabulous oh my fucking god. Which, for the sake of the universe, is something I should never ever do. And that's what you were thinking, right? I'm sensing a black hole of egocentricity forming around the witness stand. We can deliberate his mental process another time. Get on with the testimony. Now. Well, regarding the murder scene... Merely watching from behind the screen.
Hold it!
I want to arrest him just in general. Just for fun, really. Granted, you shouldn't abuse the law like that in case any police officers are watching, but man, this guy, even if he's not guilty of this crime, I'm sure he's guilty of something, you know? The mayor had been knocked out by a blow to the head. Like, I realize being an asshole isn't really like a crime necessarily, but like... Lolwich, I don't know if you remember this part, but he mentioned last time that he ran an ad for his own personal brand of stuff that only he can have just to show people that it exists, not because they actually would be able to buy it. Like, why? Could he really have opened the Forbidden Chamber in that state? Abuse law 2. This isn't that far different. Yeah. Well, it did seem difficult. He was all woozy and stumbling around as he opened it. It was such a heroic effort that I nearly started to cheer him on despite myself. I think the mayor needed medical attention more than a cheerleader. I believe he was there. Question is, when did he enter? I mean, did he enter after Jinxie fled? Or was he there before the murder? If it's the latter, that would change everything. Right. If he was there before the murder, that would make him a suspect. But how do we go about proving that? Well, I guess we ask him about what happened there. Oh, right. No, I see. It's probably the fourth one, then.
Hold it!
What did he see? I am publishing a phone that only the CEO can have. Exactly. The worst part was whatchamacallit, an apparel or whatever store called him up and was like, hey, we want to carry your product. He's like, oh no, that's only for me, actually. They're like, then why did you make an ad like that? And he's like, because everyone needs to know that I have the most beautiful products. It is a Kaiba sort of move, but Kaiba, I feel like, I don't know, Kaiba can get away with it. I like Kaiba. Kaiba's cool. But yeah. Could you describe the crime scene in a bit more detail? And what exactly would you like details about? Well, what I'd like to ask you about is... What about the Forbidden Chamber? Could you please describe the Forbidden Chamber at the time? It was shut tight until the mayor opened it. He's really trying to stress that it was the mayor who opened the Forbidden Chamber. That big liar! He opened it himself! Whoa, if looks could kill, LaBelle would be toast. Well, Mr. Justice, do you consider this statement to be of any importance? Is it important? No. Probably not particularly important. No, Your Honor. The witness may proceed. Alright then. Just like to add that I was a terribly grisly scene as I've described. Kaiba can do it because he ain't actually annoying and is actually pretty damn fun, even with his snarky perfectionism. At least he doesn't abuse his riches. Yeah, I mean, a lot of Kaiba's lines are also really quotable, which I think really helps with him being, being what it is. Like, he's one of those where it's like, he's such an asshole that it loops right back around to being, like, charismatic, you know? Kaiba's just a lot of fun. He's so extra that it loops right back around to being cool, you know? In fact, replicating his perfectly coiffed hair is what took the longest. This would have been after the door opened, so there's not that. What about the murder weapon? Could you describe the state of the weapons that had been used at the scene? The spear had been thrust all the way through Alderman Kyubi. Then there was that statue that the Alderman used to bludgeon Mayor Tenma. That incredibly inspiring symbol had fallen to the floor. Oh right, the statue. But why would he find it inspiring? Why exactly did you find the statue inspiring? Well, when I saw that statue, I felt as if the merger had been realized. It was like a celebration of union between a town and village. An inspiring symbol of goodwill. But like LaBelle makes me agree that the idea that there should be some cap as how much money a single person or company can possess. Or that, like, they shouldn't be allowed to just run an ad for a product they're not going to sell. That's what's the point of that? A broken statue next to a bloody corpse. Yeah, really inspiring. This is actually important, because it wasn't broken before he used to bludgeon the guy with it. I believe that to be extremely important. I request that it be added to the testimony.
Objection!
There we go. Another one step away from outright scamming people. Exactly. Granted, if he just said, like, not for sale anywhere, it's be like, okay, it's not for sale, but then why did you do this? Your lies have finally betrayed you, Mr. LaBelle. What possibly could you mean? You said this statue was like a celebration of union between a town and a village. Is that correct? It is indeed, but what of it? The two yokai are joining hands in goodwill, as if they were celebrating the municipal merger. Something the matter? So, how did you really know that the statue was meant to be a symbol of goodwill again? What? Justice Dono, explain yourself and make it quick. This statue was meant to symbolize goodwill in its original form, but that was a secret. A secret? Whatever do you mean? What I mean is that it broke when someone used it to strike Mayor Tenma on the head. What's left clearly makes it look like the two yokai are battling it out, and to the death, mind you, they're both missing limbs. Eep. The statue's secret and its true form were lost inside that locked room. For Miss Tenma is the only living soul who should know what it once looked like. So, Mr. LaBelle, where could you have possibly seen the statue in its original form? What do you mean? The only possible answer was this. You saw the statue in its original form, right there in the room where the alderman was murdered before it was broken. How dare you! Mr. Justice, are you accusing the witness with some sort of crime? Yes. Murder. And attempt to murder. And false advertising, but that's a separate thing. Yes. Yes, I am. Everything about LaBelle makes me pissed because he slanders so many things that I like. He's just such a, like, an kind of guy, you know? Like, the kind of guy that makes you, like, roll your eyes and almost gag a little bit whenever he, like, talks about stuff. Like, my beauty is too much for the world to comprehend. It's like, god damn it, dude, shut up. Florent LaBelle, I accuse you of the murder of Alderman Rex Cuby. Jacques! Order! Order! Mr. LaBelle, you've been accused of murder. Do you have anything to say in your defense? Oh, how could you possibly accuse me, the embodiment of beauty? Way to go, Apollo. This is the conclusive evidence we needed. Magnifico. We've got you now. We know you killed the alderman. Now admit it. Oh.
Silence.
Black Quill, why you gotta save him, man? Enough of your silly games, Justice Dono. This prancing peacock could not possibly be the killer.
Objection.
And why is that? What are you talking about? His alibi has already crumbled to dust. And I just proved that he was in the Fox chamber while it was still locked tight. Why could he have not seen the statue in its true form before the murder? After all, he was close friends with the alderman. Ergo... Yes, that's right. I clearly remember it now. Alderman Cuby told me about it. About what the statue actually looked like. I mean, he was a good friend of mine. Name's one of my favorite Animal Crossing shopkeepers. He's rich and bitchy. He's vain, just like the Joker. Yeah. And he ruins the honor of showmanship. See, Joker would have killed the guy and tried to make a joke out of it. This guy's just a joke.
Objection!
Yeah, right. He wouldn't show you a secret gift just like that.
Silence.
Moreover, it has already been proven that he was not present at the scene of the crime. How so? It has? Forgotten, have we? Recall the little scamp's statement, if you will. When Jinxie Tenma unlocked the Fox Chamber, she saw the alderman and the mayor collapse therein, and no one else. Oh, dang it. The fact is, it was you two who made that apparent yesterday in yesterday's court session. Thus, Florent LaBelle could not possibly have been in that locked room. Oh, ah! I just don't get it. How could Jinxie not have seen LaBelle? The proof is incontrovertible. No room for debate exists. Joker's funny in the way he kills. This motherfucker's the most basic bitch murder I've ever fucking seen. I know people who have killed them have more interesting cases. Yeah, exactly. Like, apparently this guy's reasoning was that he wanted to free Mataro or something, but we don't really know the full reason on that yet. Am I not right, your baldness? It does seem awfully conclusive. The facts point to the defendant and the victim being the only people in that locked room. Moreover, the defendant has already confessed.
Objection. Silence.
You cannot defend the indefensible. Your role in this charade is over, Justice Dono. But you don't know what you're talking about. Your baldness. This trial would last an eternity if we were to keep crossing blades with these simpletons. It is high time you brought down the hammer of justice. He even mocks the purported nature of a blood ritual. Yeah, like, I don't know. Apparently he was just doing that to kill, like, the greatest adversary to Tenmataro, but, man, just, this guy sucks. A point well made. It's time to declare a verdict. The one thing is, though, is that it'll be very good to see this character freak out when we get him, like, accused properly. Or, what's the term? Convicted? That's it. I believe it's time to declare a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Damien Tenma. Oh? Is it Phoenix? Oh, it's Tenma.
It would seem my time is at hand.
Oh, god damn it. Mayor Tenma?
Counselor, there is a matter to which I must testify.
I recall it now for your good, only for your good graces. Counselor? Oh, right, he must mean me. Has he finally remembered what happened before that blow to his head? Bailiff, don't just stand there. Seize him. It's no good. I can't restrain him.
Know me, no despair. For I am Tenmataro, demon lord of the yokai.
No wonder I'm so annoyed at the fucking French. I think they deserve some slack after Expedition 33. That's what I'll say about that. It has saved the entire nation of France. Mr. Justice, do something. Since when am I responsible for court security? Paulo, this is our chance. We might get some new information out of him. The bailiff is actually being helpful to us in this case by not removing him, because he is at least letting the guy stay here. Your Honor, seeing as our client has something new to say, I believe due process demands that we hear him out, even if he is a yokai. Well, when you put it that way, still, I believe testimony by a yokai is unprecedented in the legal world. Unprecedented absurdity, more like. All right then, Mr. Damien Tenma. Or should I say, Mr. Tenmataro. Your testimony, please.
I shall now speak of recollections most real, courtesy of my host, Damien Tenma. Heed these words, mortals, for hear them but once you shall. Ka.
What about the little bombing threat in the first case? That was pretty bad. Yeah, I'll admit. the ruler of demonkind.
Barely conscious was Damien there amid the darkness. Suddenly, two yokai did appear. On one side, I, Tenma Taro, ruler of demonkind. And on the other, my mortal enemy, the nine-tailed fox.
So is the defendant asserting that the room he was in was very dark at the time?
Strange as it may be, yes, indeed. All was in darkness.
And the part about Tenwataro and the nine-tailed fox being there?
Yes, that too. Tenmataro towered overhead and the nine-tailed fox glittered gold. I call animal abuse, Your Honor.
The animal's the one doing the abusing. Nobody liked that ass reaction from everyone else. Not funny. Didn't laugh. It would seem the defendant's recollections are not to be trusted.
Yes, well, truth be told, my host's recollections are still a bit fuzzy. He was hit over the head after all. As if half dreamt, that happening lingers in his mind.
Apollo, maybe I can help here.
Really?
Oh, you mean... Yeah, I can hear it. The discord in his heart. It is the sound effects turned on. I sense an unusual emotion in the mayor's memory at the event. Okay, I just hope our findings don't come back to haunt us. Again. Let's see. Barely conscious was he there amid the darkness. Two yokai did appear. On one side, I, Tenwatara, ruler of demonkind. The other, mortal enemy, nine-tailed fox. Okay, why would that make him happy?
Got it!
And I think his daughter's reacting to the fact that her dad is role-playing for his life against a fucking British dude trying to be French-Japanese. Good question. Probably she's thinking like, there are so many yokai around me. She would not survive Monster Hunter Rise. When the nine-tailed fox appeared, you not only experienced shock and sadness, but also something like joy as well.
Joy? Perhaps it was joy at the light coming to my eyes at long last. A long and terrible creaking did pierce the silence. And then there was light. On reflection, it was a door that did produce that infernal racket.
Creaking door. Oh, you must be talking about the Forbidden Chamber door. It does make a lot of noise. So this means the Forbidden Chamber really was opened. But what about the sudden light he described? I think I know. He mentioned darkness and Tenmataro towering overhead. Maybe the mayor wasn't really in the Fox Chamber at the time of the crime. Mr. Mayor, did the darkness that you were in happen to be here?
Take that!
The Forbidden Chamber? Was it not the Fox Chamber where the murder did occur?
Yes, but it all makes sense if you were in the Forbidden Chamber. That terrible creaking sound was probably the Forbidden Chamber's door opening. She'd see people like Ibushi, Nara, Magnamalo, Guys, Megorman, and the Elder Dragons just shit themselves. Hell, an easy would make them fear and die on the spot since they're based on one. Yeah, and, fucking Aknosom, and, fucking, not Tetsukabra, it's not Chatakabra either, it's the fucking, how am I forgetting his name? You know, the big round one with the belly with the Kappa look to him? Not Kappa-Cabra, it's fucking... I'll figure it out later. I don't know how I forgot his name. Anyway. That terrible creaking sound was probably the Forbidden Chamber's door opening. And the towering Tenmataro you saw? Most likely the Forbidden Chamber statue.
Why, yes, that would explain it. The darkness and the staff in the demon's grasp.
Tetranodon, that's it. That's the one. Yeah. That one's based on the Kappa.
But even if all that's true, then what about the nine-tailed fox?
Maybe he was seeing things just like Jinxie and her imaginary yokai?
Fantastico, Apollo! It's entirely possible. In a groggy, dream-like state, people can misremember things and events.
Misremember, you say? Let me think. Ah! I do believe I remember now. That was not the nine-tailed fox. It was the Amazing Ninetales.
What?
The Amazing Ninetales?
At first, this is but a dream, I thought.
Now, however, most clearly do I recall it. It was the Amazing Ninetales who—
What the fuck?
That's one of the baddest fucking Cavern, and he's just as much of a glutton as the Arzuros, which is just a fucking bear, and his special trait is just a damn bear. Arzuros is actually from Monster Hunter 3rd, so that, or 3, Tri, I should say. He's from Monster Hunter Tri, which would explain why he's just like a bear. Like he was brought in from another game. I'm sorry, I asked.
The Amazing Ninetales? But that was the victim, Alderman QB, right?
Yeah, why would he open the Forbidden Chamber? Wasn't he trying to keep it sealed?
Never mind that. This is completely new information. Let me enter it and run an update.
Okay, yeah, that was the statue. Why is he dressed like that, though? But why would he... He's not afraid of the statue. Oh, no, he is. Hold on.
Got it.
Right here. Ah, yeah, I fucked up. I fucked up.
Got it.
Oh, so it was sadness. When the Amazing Ninetales opened the chamber, banishing the darkness within. I think it's funny that we have people shooting at Hellfire at Mach 1, people channeling lightning, monsters that are quite literally God, a bunch of other shit. And then you just have a bear. Yeah, he's just a bear. Just a bear who likes honey. And like little sharp parts on his arms, but ultimately, just a bear. You felt joy, but didn't you also feel shock and sadness? Yes, in the hazy depths of my mind, I do recollect something of that nature. I believe it was the Fiend's Cape of Red. But when I did behold it, a great wave of sadness did inexplicably wash over me. 20%. Cape of Red? Oh, he was bleeding?
Apollo, we've reduced the noise level.
Oh, but there's still a little left. Mayor Tenmo, why were you sad when you saw the red cape? Why indeed. The rape monsters and the Arzuros feel so out of place with the tutorial monsters. Yeah, usually the greats are basically just like things they put in the game to give you like the first fight to do anything with.
What could this mean? I guess his memory is still a little spotty. I know because his latest recollection contradicts the evidence.
Yeah, it's one of those contradictions that slaps you right across the face.
Something this obvious could arise when someone is trying to force a fuzzy memory into a definitive shape.
Apollo, I know what you have to do. You need to present evidence that contradicts the image you see.
Oh, so it's basically the same as the usual cross-examination process.
Okay, time to review the evidence. Look out, contradiction, here comes justice! Cape of Red. I think it's less that he had a Cape of Red and more that he was bleeding. Or this picture will show that he has no cape. It's one of these two. Even funnier, when wolves are Well, the wolf's basic bitch animal is Lightning Lord, and the other is an ice werewolf. Even that, at least the fucking crab has interesting powers. Yeah, and Arzuros was also, I think, one of the first monsters you fight in Monster Hunter 3rd. Or Try. I don't know why I keep saying 3rd. It was Try. Monster Hunter Try, he's one of the first monsters you fight, so it's like, oh! Yeah, I'm fighting the bear. The normal monster, yeah. Along them was also the Great Jaggy, which is basically like a Great Izuchi, but it's also just basically just a raptor. It's the same thing, functionally. Except it doesn't have the scythe tail, and it kind of has more of like a frill. You get the idea. It's either this, or it's this. His Cape of Red was actually a bunch of blood. What did the autopsy report say? Drug-induced slumber. Still very happy that I'm able to craft Master Ranked armor now. It took effectively 2 games to get it, but I got it. Okay, good, yeah.
Objection!
You said the Amazing Ninetales' cape was red. You sure about that? Yes, well, I do believe it was a red cape I saw, but... Mayor Tenma. Does this cape look red to you? Oh, it certainly does not look red. Not even scarlet or crimson either. Nevertheless, upon my liberation, something red did fill my as yet hazy field of view. And I thought to myself, ah, the Amazing Ninetales is arrayed in a cape of red. So you mistook that red something for his cape, huh? Apparently so, and remembering it now brings a great sadness upon me. So the red something probably wasn't a cape after all. Maybe that great sadness he mentioned is what's interfering with his memory. Well, he would have seen the fox chamber behind the Amazing Ninetales. What red object could he have seen there that would have been that shocking? I know! Could it have been... Mr. Mayor, was the red thing you saw this? It's probably his blood, yeah.
Take that!
Something red that could produce a deep sadness. Could it be, Mr. Tenma, that what you saw was the Alderman's blood? The fact that they have an entirely different voucher system makes sense for lore purposes, but it makes it such a pain in the ass since I can't do my usual grinding method for tickets. I'm sure there's another one out there that you can probably just kind of like do at some point. I don't know if they cycle the event quest back in, but I'm pretty sure that'll be back soon enough. Or at some point, really. Maybe it's just out permanently. Who knows? Blood? Why, yes, it was blood! Ooh! Ah! Other noises. It's all coming back to me now. It wasn't a red cape that I saw. It was lying behind the Amazing Ninetales. The Alderman's bloody body! Eek! Bye-bye. Big Dad immediately gets arrested for threatening a witness. Yeah, I just throw it at him. And it knocks him out again. His noise level is down to 0. I think he's remembered everything now. Does this mean the Amazing Ninetales killed Alderman Kyubi? But the Alderman was the Amazing Ninetales, so how exactly would that work? Hey, I asked you first! Well, Mr. Justice, you sure know how to make a complicated matter even more complicated. True, but at the time of the crime, our client was in the Forbidden Chamber. Moreover...
Silence!
Oi, don't you think this is strange? Little Scamp has already confirmed her father to be in the Fox Chamber. But she said naught about seeing the Amazing Ninetales there. Heck, you just had to bring that up, didn't you? Jinxie didn't see LaBelle there either. It's so weird. Who really was in that room then? Would the defense care to share any theories with the court? Can you explain the inconsistency between the defendant's testimony and his daughter's? Yes. Probably. How hard do you have to throw a photo in order to KO someone? If it's in a heavy frame, not hard at all. Yes, of course I can explain it. Because if I don't, we're in serious trouble. Not with more of your bluffs and fairy tales, I trust. Fair warning, Justice Dono. I shall have your head if you fail to explain this. Eep!
about a good old-fashioned penalty?
Well, Mr. Justice, let's see if you have a head worth keeping on your shoulders. First of all, Mr. LaBelle was definitely in the Fox Chamber while it was locked. We also know that Mayor Tenma was in the Forbidden Chamber based on his testimony. Those two facts are crucial to my explanation. So, let us consider the following question. The facts point to Florent LaBelle and the victim being there at the scene. Why did Jinxie Tenma see the victim and her father, Mayor Tenma? A very good question indeed. And I suppose you have an answer for us? Sadly, you'd be supposing wrong. You think she could have mistaken LaBelle for the mayor? Well, if she did, then this question is, why did she do that? Well, how about that explanation, Mr. Justice? I believe the time for questions is over. The defendant asserts that Florent LaBelle was at the scene of the crime. However, Jinxie Tenma has testified that she saw her father collapse there. If she has, in fact, misremembered the event, what could have made her do so? The figure Miss Tenma saw was not her father. It was Florent LaBelle disguised as Damien Tenma.
Silence.
This is, I guess, just a bunch of autistic adults showing off their lore knowledge to each other as a contest of superiority. Ah, yeah, an anime club meeting. I'm familiar. That is a complete impossibility. Their faces are utterly unalike. How could you explain that away with a mere disguise? Yes, they do both have incredibly distinctive faces. Maybe the disguise completely hid his face? I think Jinxie would have mentioned if she couldn't see her father's face. And if it was that sort of disguise, wouldn't she have removed it? Ah, right. Your sword is as dull as your mind, Justice Dono. Shall I show you what a truly sharp blade is capable of?
I think I'll pass.
Am I dead? Are you okay, Apollo? I'm not fine, am I? Well, now that we have that little fairy tale out of the way, your baldness, your verdict, if you will. Mr. Justice, I believe it's time for a verdict if you have no further arguments. What's even left for me to do? Apollo, remember what Mr. Wright always says? When you're stuck in a tight spot, turn the case upside down. Turn the case upside down? Yeah, flip the chessboard around or whatever. To be fair, given the topic, it's more like shared hyperfixation than on Japanese folklore. Yeah. No, he tried to cut us with a sword that isn't there. Basically. But I don't quite see how it applies here. Still, never hurts to give it a try, I guess. Let's see. Rather than Jinxie didn't remove the disguise, maybe she couldn't remove it. And rather than she didn't tell anyone about the disguise, maybe it was she couldn't talk about it. Ah, okay. The wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. He'd never unmask himself in front of others. But there are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. Whenever you're losing, rearrange the pieces to your benefit. Exactly. Which is technically cheating in chess, but, you know, it's not here. This isn't chess. That's thrown off as the worst kind of humiliation, yep. What about the fact that it was the amazing Ninetales who opened the door? A mask that can't be removed in front of others, and these facts turn things around? Huh. We got it all backwards! Apollo? I think we might have made a huge mistake. Your baldness, I see no need for further indulge them in their silly little farce. The defense has no proof, they never did, and they never will. Then it seems I must announce my verdict.
Objection!
I do have proof. Do you now? We get to see one of the wrestling matches? I'm just curious. I mean, we saw a little bit of one in the beginning, but like, I think that was just like a purification ritual sort of thing, you know? Alright, but this better be good, Mr. Justice. We can solve the remaining riddles by turning all of our assumptions upside down. Why Jinxie Tenma mistook Mr. LaBelle for her father. Why she couldn't remove the costume or tell anyone about it in the first place. These riddles are inextricably linked to Mayor Tenma's secret identity. A shocking secret identity that will turn the entire premise of this case upside down. This piece of evidence clearly reveals Mayor Tenma's secret identity.
Take that!
God, what an absolute claptrap! Hey everyone, I'm Claptrap. Poppycock, balderdash! We thought the Alderman was the Amazing Ninetales and the Mayor was Tenma Taro. That's why we believe the Mayor killed the Alderman in his lust for Ninetales Vale. And it was the basis for the prosecution's entire case against our client. However, I do think Blackwell has an absolutely amazing quarter-angle profile. Yeah, he looks really cool. We got the whole thing backwards. Mayor Tenma wasn't Tenma Taro at all. He was the Amazing Ninetales. What's this? You'd best explain yourself, Justice Dodo. And from where you'd arrived such a far-fetched conclusion. Jinxie, no doubt, knew the true identity of the Amazing Ninetales, but she couldn't tell anyone no matter what. That's why she didn't say it was the Amazing Ninetales she saw passed out. Even though, unbeknownst to her, it was really Florent LaBelle in disguise.
Silence.
Lecter sounds like a new variant of Springtrap in Afton and FNAF. He's also in Borderlands. That's Claptrap I was talking about, but anyway, yeah. The accused and the deceitful dandy are utterly dissimilar in physical build and voice. The little scamp would have seen the difference.
Objection!
Remember, Mr. LaBelle has his very own brand of cosmetics. Why couldn't he fake a different build, too? And anyone speaking through a mask would naturally sound different.
Silence.
Why did she not simply pull the mask off?
Objection!
A masked wrestler's disguise is more precious than life itself. As a huge fan of the Amazing Ninetales, she would never dare unmask him. This case of mistaken identity also explains the riddle of the locked room. Then, by all means, Mr. Justice, answer it for us already. First, Mr. LaBelle entered the room where the mayor and the alderman were talking. I suspect he brought with him coffee laced with some sort of sedative. Once the alderman was out cold... Yep, there's that cutscene again. That's when Mr. LaBelle killed him. Next, he took the mayor, who he had also drugged, into the Forbidden Chamber. Because including the AR variants, you have Burn Trap, Scrap Trap, Spring Trap, Glitch Trap. Claptrap isn't that far from the naming scheme. Honestly, no. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. I need to play Five Nights at Freddy's at some point, just to say that I have, you know? Then he returned to the Fox Chamber, slipped into some of the mayor's spare clothes, and completed the disguise by donning the Amazing Ninetales' mask. With this entire charade in place, Mr. LaBelle then let out a scream. A scream that led Jinxie Tenma to the scene. So then... the person who said, I killed Alderman QB was... Yep, that was Florent LaBelle in disguise. The mayor never actually confessed.
Silence.
This is no more than guesswork and speculation. Now stop your jabbering and...
Objection!
Wish we got in a comic cutscene like Danganronpa for these explanations. It would be really cool if we did. I think that's one of the coolest parts of Danganronpa is seeing like the breakdown at the end. Where they're like, yeah, we'll go through all this step by step to show you. And it's like, I think that's just a really cool way of doing things. No, you twisted samurai. This time you stop your jabbering and let me finish making my case. Ugh. Once Miss Tenma left the scene, Mr. LaBelle, still wearing the mayor's clothes and mask, opened the forbidden chamber. So we could drag the mayor back out into the fox chamber. Oh, so the amazing nine tails the mayor saw was... Right, it was LaBelle opening the forbidden chamber. The second time Mr. LaBelle opened the door to the forbidden chamber, he happened to catch the thieving Mr. Filch by surprise. Startled, Mr. Filch in his Tenma Taro disguise ran as fast as he could away from the room. As he did, he left behind him a trail of feathers and tracks, and gave Miss Tenma the scare of her life in the hallway. With no one left to witness the events that had occurred, Mr. LaBelle then proceeded to drag the sleeping mayor back into the fox chamber. I see. Well, that all certainly does make sense. Then, after dragging the mayor back into the fox chamber, Mr. LaBelle threw the mask out the window and fled the room.
Silence.
Thankfully, I know the best strategies for the FNAF game, so if I show up for the playthrough, I can help you if you die a lot, which, yeah, I definitely would. Yeah. The only real thing I know off the top of my head is, like, the thing about Foxy and how he, like, runs really quickly, so you need to have, like, an eye on him or something. But, yeah, I don't know. This absurd theory to work, it requires that the defendant be the amazing Ninetails. However, he was the one pushing for the municipal merger. That such an individual could possibly be the amazing Ninetails is preposterous!
Action.
My voice for Blackwell has kind of gone away. My voice is a little tired at this point. The mayor was blackmailed into pursuing the merger. Miss Tenma's life would have been in danger if he had openly voiced his opposition. That's why he created the secret identity as the amazing Ninetails. Ah! This is madness! No one could possibly hatch such an insane plot! No one except the writers for this game. No one except the killer as insane as his plot, and I'd say Florent LaBelle more than qualifies. Foolish mortal, it is at your own peril that you forget who I am. Mayor Tenma, it's okay now. Jinxie will be safe just as soon as Mr. LaBelle is arrested. You are the amazing Ninetails, aren't you? A lot of games surround you, but stalling Foxy to prevent immediate death. Okay, yeah. You have quite the active imagination. Oh, his hair's all weird again. It's yellow now. Mayor Tenma is not the amazing Ninetails. What do you mean? Well, has the mayor admitted to it yet? But that's just... And even if he did admit to such nonsense, I would reveal the truth behind Tenma Taro right here and now. What? Why, you would dare reveal the secret? My good friend, the alderman, told me all about it. Why is his hair piss yellow? Oh, he just drank a lot of piss. He's like a flamingo. His hair changes based on the color of what he drinks and eats. But it wouldn't be good to expose the truth. What with the superstitions now, would it? Truth behind Tenma Taro? What's he talking about? Go ahead. So, go ahead. Say it. Say, I am the amazing Ninetails. I dare you.
Objection.
Wait. Will somebody please explain what's going on here? Mayor Tenma will do anything to keep the truth behind Tenma Taro a secret. A dark, terrible secret that has been kept secret by the village superstitions. And if the mayor admits to being the amazing Ninetails, you'll expose the truth? Right. I won't have him walking free because of some nonsense you made up. So what now, Justice Dono? Without the mayor's admission, your theory is as useless as you are in battle. I'll show you who's useless. That's the thing flamingos do. Where the hell do they eat that's pink? They eat a lot of shrimp, actually. Normally their feathers apparently are like whitish or like translucent, something like that. But because they eat a lot of shrimp, they turn pink. I don't know if it works for other foods, but at the very least it works for that. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Then we'll jump this man, beat him to shit until he's non-verbal. Do us all a favor. Exactly! Apollo, don't you dare give up now! I know we're at the very edge of this thing. I know! Your Honor, I believe Mr. LaBelle's statements warrant a thorough cross-examination. After all, the true identity of the Amazing Ninetales is the cornerstone of this case. You do have a point there. Please answer this court, Mr. LaBelle. Is the defendant the Amazing Ninetales or not? The Amazing Ninetales' true identity. The Amazing Ninetales' true identity is not Mayor Tenma. The mayor would never admit to such utter nonsense. But if he did admit to such nonsense, I will expose the truth behind Tenma Taro right here and now. And that would bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale, just as the superstitions say. That's where that old TikTok sounds comes from. I thought it was just the platform being stupid like usual. Huh, I never heard that. I'm granted, I also don't really go on TikTok, so there's that, but yeah. Talk about out of the pot and into the fire. At this rate, the mayor will be found guilty for sure. Honestly speaking, if Mayor Damien Tenma is not the Amazing Ninetales, I'm afraid I don't see how the defense is much of a case here. And let's just leave it at that, shall we? We all know Alderman QB was the Amazing Ninetales anyway. I mean, that's how Ninetales Vale made a comeback. The Alderman was so popular. There's gotta be a hole in that testimony somewhere. But I don't even know where to start. Because we don't have any proof that the mayor is the Amazing Ninetales. And we'll just have to get him to admit it himself. But if he admits it, LaBelle is going to expose the secret behind Tenma Taro. We're so close! I know it! The defense may cross-examine the witness. Oh, okay. What is the truth? I've never downloaded either, but his family reminded me as an avid user, so I hear it a lot. Oh, I getcha. And just how did you learn of this so-called truth behind Tenma Taro? Alderman QB told me all about it. The secret of the Forbidden Chamber and the truth behind Tenma Taro. Why would he share secrets like that with you, Mr. LaBelle? Because of the Alderman's wife. I was looking after her while she was hospitalized. He appreciated it so much he shared the secrets with me. Wait, did he threaten the Alderman in addition to the mayor? Don't tell me that's how he learned to open the Forbidden Chamber. Needless to say, I'm not above revealing the truth behind Tenma Taro. Let's press everything. Sometimes that's the way forward. Doesn't he give him the worst mental boom of his life? Basically, yeah. This whole case only makes sense if the mayor is the Amazing Ninetales. I know you used his mask to create the illusion of a locked room murder.
Silence.
Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, public PSA to stop inhaling water. Nothing more than idle speculation. You've no evidence, now have you? Every single person is far too superstitious for that to happen.
Objection.
It could be. I don't know. Mr. LaBelle knows what this statue originally looked like. That means he had to be in the Fox Chamber while it was still locked tight. Sorry, I heard about the statue from Alderman QB. If you don't believe me, just ask him. Oh, but what's that? The Alderman's dead? Looks like the joke's on you, my sweaty little friend. Apollo, you mind if I wring his neck? No, actually. Go for it. Wait in line, because I'm going first. Temper. Anyway, you inhale food, not water. You only inhale fluids after blowing a lot. Yeah, look. Sometimes when you're drinking, the suction does not stop when you close your throat. It just keeps going, and then you just kind of... Now I have hiccups.
Hold it.
Okay. The only nonsense in here is in this court is you and your assertions. Tisk. Such anger is terrible for the skin, you know. Beauty is like a flower that blooms forth from a serene heart. Athena, do it now! Kill him! Take the shot! Excuse me? I wouldn't expect a wilted peasant like you to understand. Perhaps this fragrance will help the blossom within you bloom. Eck! You like that, didn't you? Enough jabbering about blossoms and whatnot. Get on with your testimony before I slice you into a bouquet of flowers. That's an interesting way to phrase it. Yeah, take the shot. Kill. Oh dear, please excuse me. As I was saying, the assertion of our wilted attorney here is utter nonsense.
Hold it.
You'd be arrested, wouldn't you? Yes, it's true. Ooh, I would be sacrificed upon the altar of justice despite my innocence. But what a terrible loss that would be for the future of humankind's cosmetic needs. It is a tragedy that must be averted. Defend me if you understand this.
Silence.
The only terrible loss is the time wasted by your ceaseless yammering. If you would avert the tragedy awaiting you in that vexing visage of yours, then... Yes, I know, get on with my testimony. Anyhow, suffice to say, if I was at the jury, I'd keep out of sense to snap the bastard's neck. Yeah, go for it. At this point, we literally know he killed the guy. We've seen him do it. Should the mayor admit that the offense is nonsense, I won't make good on my threat and, yep.
Hold it.
Do not gaze upon Tenmataro. Do not tell others if you see him. Isn't that what the village superstitions say? Exactly. Telling others what Tenmataro looks like would reveal the truth. That's why the superstitions were written down in the first place. And ruin coming to the village if you free him? Is that a warning to not expose the truth? Bingo. And that truth is, Tenmataro is a great, greed-inspiring fortune. That's what the whole battle over Nine-Tails Vale is all about. Tenmataro is a great fortune? Come to think of it. This guy's a fraud, exactly! Yeah, you mentioned the fortune. Could Tenmataro actually be... Telling the villagers that Tenmataro is a terrifying yokai is what has scared them away from the Forbidden Chamber and the treasure within. That's how the treasure has been kept secret all this time. Well. It seems our ace attorney, roll credits, here has uncovered the truth that must not be revealed. I think that might be the first time in the franchise that they've actually said ace attorney. That is actually very funny. Mayor Tenma looks like he wants to keep the truth hidden as much as I do. Tragedy is doomed to repeat itself as long as Tenmataro exists. That's why the secret must be protected. As long as Tenmataro exists, huh? Mr. LaBelle, please add that statement to your testimony.
Objection.
There we go. Mr. LaBelle, what if Tenmataro no longer existed? Revealing the truth would no longer be an issue, would it? If Tenmataro no longer existed? What on earth are you talking about? Oh, apparently you haven't heard. Tenmataro no longer exists. But I guess you didn't get to do a thorough search after the key was taken from you. Because when we searched the Forbidden Chamber, there wasn't any treasure there. Really? Well, maybe you weren't looking in the right place. Sorry, but I have proof that Tenmataro no longer exists. Take a look at this figure. What do we have here? It looks like some sort of creature. We found this in the Forbidden Chamber. It's an Azuki Kozo figure. The great thief Azuki Kozo used to leave them at the scene of his crimes. Are you suggesting that Tenma Taro has been stolen? Yeah, at least like 2 generations ago. Yep, Phineas Filch's grandfather, a master thief, was the culprit. And by that hideous, moronic caretaker's grandfather, no less. No! My beautiful golden Tenma Taro was... The greed inspired by Tenma Taro can no longer bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale. Isn't that right, Mayor Tenma? The root of tragedy would indeed seem to be gone. I'm surprised nobody confesses and does a plea deal instead of racking up so many extra charges by lying in court, blackmailing, threatening so many people. They're all ultimately just very arrogant that they think they can get out of it with no loss. That's the problem. In fact, I now recall the Alderman revealing that secret to me on the day of our meeting. He must have been speaking of Tenma Taro. For he said to me the gold ingot was gone. The gold ingot? You mean the treasure that is Tenma Taro's true form? Recall, if you will, the scroll in the Forbidden Chamber. Tenma Taro is the yellowish object shown there. A giant gold ingot that my nomadic ancestors bestowed upon Ninetales Vale. Oh. In return for that gold, my ancestors did receive from Ninetales Vale land that would become Tenma Town. But drive the villagers mad with greed did that great fortune. Bitter was their greed-fueled battle. It was as if they were possessed. My ancestors' gold became as a curse upon their village. A curse of him! A curse of ruin, I mean. I misread that. Shit. A lot of them are also humble people forced into shit situations. The murderers usually are actually just kind of pretty arrogant monster people. Yeah, suffer, bitch! Thus, it was the yokai Tenma Taro came to be. So Tenma Taro and the village superstitions were merely fairy tales to scare people away. Fairy tale or not, Tenma Taro made quite the mess of things. Yes, indeed, for there is no great monster than a mortal man's lust for gold. Well, you know what they say, love of money is the root of all evil. My ancestors did bring a terrible thing here to Ninetales Vale. A thing so terrible that Tenma Taro, a monster just as terrible, had to be created to keep it secret. Yet we have naught but love for the little village to which we owe our very existence. Tenma Town would never seek to take over Ninetales Vale in a merger. Labelle's suffering is the biggest pleasure I've ever gotten from this game. Oh, yeah, it's great. Oh my, that was quite a shocking lesson in history. Mr. Mayor, now that we know Tenma Taro no longer exists, are you ready to admit your secret? You are the amazing Ninetales, aren't you? No, don't do it! Please, no! Be gone, you demented demon! Now, where was I? The Golden Lord of Yokai, the amazing Ninetales, is indeed me! There we go. You think those massive beads on his shoulders are annoying to carry around? Probably, but like, maybe it's like weight training. And that means, Jinxie! Yes? The man wearing the mayor's clothes who you saw collapse in the fox chamber. Was he wearing the amazing Ninetales' mask? Uh-huh. That's what made me think it was Papa. He said he was going to reveal his secret to he said he was going to reveal his secret identity to all of them in QB that day, so
So it really wasn't Papa that I saw there, was it?
It was Florin's idea from the start. He advised me to reveal my secret identity to the Alderman.
Yeesh, Rube Goldberg machines have less elaborate setups than the LaBelle scheme. You may rest easy now, little Jinxie. That monster's deception is through. Ka 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 ka.
The true facts behind this case have finally come to light. Mayor Tenma did not kill Alderman QB, but Florent LaBelle did.
How dare you? Does it? No!
There we go.
Silence.
What now? You know what, Lawbitch? Be the change you want to see in the world. Go make porn of the Amazing Nine Tails. Go for it. Justice Dono. You should at least have a real blade in your hands if you desire to cross swords with me. Or have you mistaken this battlefield for a training ground? What's this guy want now? Evidence is like a razor-sharp blade that cuts through bone as though it were butter. Or do you have only blind guesses? A dull blade incapable of cutting even a cake. But can it cut paper at least? He has you there, Mr. Justice. After all, evidence is everything in a court of law, except for when it wasn't at the end of the last game. Remember that? Yeah, taking a writing break would be nice. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead, go make muscly fox guy porn. I believe in you. Not that I want to see it, necessarily, but you know what? Just for your own interest, by all means. Okay. After all, evidence is everything in a court of law. But... they're right. Let's see some evidence. Of course, a perfect being like me wouldn't leave any incriminating evidence behind. This is the final battle. Just as a samurai must live and die by the sword, you will live or die by the evidence you hold. My swift blade of judgment awaits. Now present your conclusive evidence, or don't you have any? Ah, crud. Do I have anything conclusive? I kinda have to, yeah. Evidence? Oh, I have evidence. Excluding my eyes only. Come on, never for free. Oh, Good policy, Lawbits. Good policy. Never let them take your money for free. Or your work. Or whatever, really. Honestly, just don't give things out for free. No free rides. I guess. Unless it's an autograph, at which point that'd be a nice thing to do, I guess. I don't know. You do? Of course. It's just the conclusive evidence we need, too. I'm going to finally prove Mayor Tenma is innocent. Here comes justice. Am I doing a brain blast thing? What is this? Let's review the facts. The most damning evidence against the mayor was the crime scene itself. The mayor and the victim were the only two people found in the room. Well, also, we all thought the alderman was killed because he was the Amazing Ninetales. But as we now know, of course, we were way off. The Amazing Ninetales is really Mayor Damien Tenma. That's why when his daughter Jinxie saw the Amazing Ninetales collapse at the scene, she mistook him for her father. I don't even do favors for my damn friends without a $20 fee. You think I'm drawing something for free? Yeah, there you go. Greed is good. Not in my capital society. I draw a pot of greed. Those are the facts we've revealed. However, Mr. LaBelle asserts that he did not leave any evidence at the scene of the crime. But he didn't say anything about evidence outside the crime scene. Maybe he isn't as clever as he thinks he is. Does any of the evidence found outside the crime scene provide any clues? Yes, it does. The mask. A clue inside the mask? Can you spell the word knife? Oh, I know. The Amazing I know. The Amazing Ninetales mask. It was found washed up along the river. What sort of clue does that make hold? And what about the hair left in the mask? Who does it belong to? This motherfucker keeps dyeing his hair. The white hair is LaBelle's. Oh, right! The hair is Florent LaBelle's. Yes! Now that's what I call conclusive evidence. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have any conclusive evidence to present to this court? Of course I do. Observe this mask, if you will. This feels like some of the worst version of the surfing minigame from Danganronpa 2. It is definitely along those lines, but also, like, I understand not wanting to put, like, a whole ass minigame into this right at the end. Not to say that I would mind a minigame, but, like, I feel like that's something you have to, like, have, like, baked into the rest of it as well. You can't just, like, have a minigame just randomly at the end, you know? This man should be balding for how often he dyes his hair. Yeah. For all we know, maybe he does. Maybe it's all a wig. That mask? How is that conclusive evidence? It's not the mask itself, but the white hair inside it. We originally thought it belonged to Alderman Rex Cuby. Yes, but the Amazing Ninetales, as we now know, is Mayor Tenma, so... That is correct. So the question is, whose hair could this be? And the answer to that is the last person to have worn it before it was discarded. That would be you, Mr. Florent LaBelle. Let's give us QTEs, those are always fun. That is true, I do like QTEs to an extent, yeah. What are you talking about? I never had hideous white hair like that.
Silence.
White hair is pretty hot, I don't know what you're talking about. It would appear your coup de grace... Coup de grace, fuck. I've said it right before, how did I fuck it up? It would appear your coup de grace failed to hit its mark. This freakish fop is not the white hair type. Because he's busy being one ludicrously garish color or another.
Objection.
No, Prosecutor Blackquill. It's you who has made a fatal error. What? Remember where this mask was found? It washed up by the side of the river. With that in mind... This last piece of evidence will solve all remaining riddles.
Take that.
Oh, that's... What is that? This is Mr. LaBelle's own private brand of hair color. It washes out with just water. Somebody still fucked up saying coup de grace. It is coup de grace, isn't it? The court will also recall that the Amazing Ninetales' mask washed up along the side of the village river with white hair inside it. What's this? Are you saying that preening peacock's hair color is... That's exactly what I'm saying. Mr. LaBelle's hair color is a freaky work of fiction. But thanks to the river flowing through Ninetales Vale, we now have a real-life expose. Oh! The white hair in this mask is conclusive evidence proving you're the real killer. A DNA test is all we'll need to prove it, and we both know we'll get a match. Admit it! Florent LaBelle, you were the one who killed Alderman Rex Cuby. When I was during the Museum Blade, you pronounce someone with an S sound. Coup de grace? Really? Okay, yeah, coup de grace. Oh, no. There we go. His makeup, no! Oh, yeah, fuck it. Oh man, he is, normally I do think white hair is kind of hot. Not on this guy, though. Not at all. Hello, this is LaBelle. What? The project is off. This is LaBelle. The sponsors have pulled out. LaBelle speaking. I'm fired. Do you mean I'm no longer Mayor Tenma's aide? Hello, this is LaBelle. What? There's a stratospheric damages claim against me? $100 million? Yo, we learned that back. How could you forget that? Look, man, pronunciation is... It's like magic. You know, it goes with your gut feeling. It's like adding garlic to something, you know? I'm finished! Washed up, stick a fork at me, I'm done! This is preposterous. I, Simon Blackquill, defeated... Order! Order in the court! The man looked like he was orgasming while spraying such an excessive amount of perfume. I'm surprised he ate off himself. He's a little weird. Well, this is quite the unexpected outcome. I must hand it to you, Mr. Justice. You really turned this case on its head, just like that other lawyer, Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright. Wait, that was a compliment, right? Prosecutor Blackquill, what have you done with Florent LaBelle? Killed him. The defaced man is withered like a flower without water. One of the officers is currently tending to him with a sprinkler. Wouldn't that just wash even more of his makeup off? Allow me to explain the actions of the guilty party in detail. The motive, of course, was to steal the gold ingot known as Tenmataro. However, few were allowed into the manor due to its cultural ties to Ninetails Vale. LaBelle set in motion plans to gain access to the manor and gain the gold within via the merger. But the efforts of the amazing Ninetails saw those plans come to a halt. I was expecting something beautiful, like some anti-makeup propaganda, but no, he's just obscenely aged. Yeah? Stress will do that to you. And thus, LaBelle murdered the alderman and attempted to pin the blame on Mayor Tenma. So, how toxic is that perfume that his makeup melts off? That's super dangerous, isn't it? You know what? If it's dangerous to him, I don't really care. I'm okay with it. I see, but what I still can't comprehend is why would he go after the gold in the first place? Mr. LaBelle doesn't look like someone who's in need of financial aid. LaBelle hid his past well, much like he hid his beauty with makeup. He's mired in debt. Debt due to pouring money into a brand only he could love. Which is why he sought the gold with such veracity. Too bad for him, someone else had gotten to it first anyway. I see. Very well then. I believe it's time I declared a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Damien Tenma.
Congratulations to Arrowhead.
The idea of his breakdown coming from the fact that his business fell apart after his makeup crumbled is such a good choice. Yeah, he is fucked. Even if he didn't kill a guy, his life would still be basically ruined. Court is adjourned. April 19th, 1:23 p.m. District Court, Defendant, Lobby, number 3. That was some seriously good lawyering, Apollo. Even I didn't see that coming. Just got lucky, I guess. You banished Tenmataro from Ninetails Vale like you were some kind of exorcist. There's still one thing I don't understand. How come Mr. LaBelle didn't kill Mayor Tenma, too? He could have set it up so the mayor murdered the alderman, then died from a counterattack. That would have removed at least one possible fly from the ointment. I was wondering about that, too. But I have a hunch LaBelle was biding his time. He was planning on exposing the amazing Ninetails' true identity himself. Huh? But why? Because the mayor was the amazing Ninetails. Had LaBelle succeeded in framing Mayor Tenma for the alderman's murder, the wrestler's popularity would have plummeted once its identity was revealed. Oh, I get it. If the amazing Ninetails was just killed, he'd die a hero. But if he was proved a villain, his fans would abandon him, making the merger that much easier. Right. That's when the merger was complete and everything cooled down. He'd be able to search the Forbidden Chamber at his leisure. LaBelle can drink the damn perfume for all I care, which you shouldn't do in real life, I agree. What an insanely intricate plot.
A most excellent job clearing my name. A feat worthy of the Demon Lord's approval.
Why are you still acting like Tenmataro again?
Let this be of no concern to you. How could it not concern me? Tenmataro, be gone!
Jinxie, seems like ages since I last laid eyes on you.
Papa, you're finally back.
Yes, it would seem Tenmataro is no match for you.
I'm not scared of that silly yokai anymore. Your father's a free man now, Jinxie. Isn't that great? Thank you for all you've done. Seeing you guys in action, it made me feel like I don't have to be afraid anymore. Wait, is Jinxie actually smiling?
This is all thanks to you two. Too bad the amazing Ninetales will have to retire, though.
Aw, how come?
Once everyone hears I'm the amazing Ninetales, my fan base will nosedive. After all, I'm not the most popular of people. Another reason for my secret identity.
He really enjoys role-playing, give the man a break. His daughter at least slaps him in the face, so there's that.
I don't see how I could possibly continue.
I think you've misjudged yourself. Take a look outside.
Say, now that you mention it, what's all that noise out there?
A big crowd gathered outside the courthouse once the news broke. Seems they want to get a glimpse of Mayor Damien Tenma, the man behind the mask. And to root for your return to the wrestling ring.
Rooting? For me? I thought I was nothing more than a malefactor in their eyes.
The only one who really matters is Jinxie. Show her how cool you really are. Yeah, you're the coolest when you're out there fighting in the ring, Papa.
Jinxie.
Here, I think you'll need needing this.
Take that!
Thank you. Now if you would excuse me.
Hmm?
I don't want to keep my fans waiting. Here we go.
He had that on the whole time? Oh, I was actually relatively close with the voice. Huh. What do we bought us in by Tenma? You think he's got a strong chokehold? Oh, probably, yeah. With arms like that? Definitely. I sure hope they can settle the problems between Tenma Town and Ninetales Vale. Me too. I'm sure they'll be fine. After all, the blackmailer slash killer is behind bars and the merger's no longer an issue. Plus, the amazing Ninetales is obviously still a hit, and I suspect Ninetales Vale will be too. And it's all because we believed in our client, just like you said. Okay, people. Now that we've got that one in the bag, let's go get something to eat. I'm starving. Sounds good. I've been so nervous I haven't eaten since yesterday. Better keep eating, Apollo, or you might have to start looking up at me. Huh? I'm definitely past my growth phase, and you should be about past yours too. Are you kidding me? I'm just getting started. I'm gonna be 10 feet tall. Ready or not, it's face stuffing time. Keep eating like that, and the only direction you'll grow is sideways. Yeah, he had the fit on the whole time. He's like Superman, yeah. He's got a very vertical... Yeah, the man can leap. Very funny. But I've got a hollow leg. I can eat as much as I want without gaining an ounce. Wouldn't that just break your leg if you... Yeah, whatever. Really? Oh, I can't wait to see this. Calories? Ha! Just let him try to stick on me. Alright, already you two. Let's get going before the old man closes shop. Aldoon's Noodles isn't an all-night stand, you know. I'm with Mr. Wright. Let's go. They're gonna have a lot of sodium. I've been waiting to have a bowl from there ever since Mr. Wright told me about them. Well, what are we waiting for? The noodles are on me today, so I expect some serious eating from you two. Yay! Thanks, boss! I won't let you down. Athena has no idea what she's getting into. Mr. Aldoon's noodles are so hot and salty. 2 bowls would kill a man. Those were gonna concealing his identity if he had the entire mask that size underneath that damn cap. Yeah! That was our first case together, and it felt like nothing could bring us down after that. The Dark Age of... wait, what was that? Hold on. Little did I know it had been lurking all along. Right there behind us. The Dark Age of the Law, I think she means. The first time it made itself known was during the murder at the Themis Legal Academy. That case would mark the twilight before the dark, cold night that was to come. Hmm? end. Consider the angle the most daddy character in the entire game so far. Yeah, alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is a fantastic place to stop. I need to stop because my voice is starting to break. And I hope to see you all next time. My next stream is sometime this week. Keep an eye out for my schedule tomorrow. Have a lovely morning, day, or evening. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. And goodbye for now.